Good afternoon to everyone. Nice to have you all here today. And I can see that more agents are joining us at the moment. So always great to have so many different agents from India who join me for this special edition concerning Albania. I think you can all hear me. So if you cannot hear me, just come on board. So let us just welcome some more agents that just join us at the moment. And you are more than welcome to put your questions down on the chat system. Hello, everyone. Thank you again to join. We will start now in 1 minute. So everyone can start to prepare themselves, like myself. So this will be recorded. So I will send you a copy of this recorded webinar to all of you. So you will have a copy of this one. And I already have all your email as you already registered. So I have everything with me. So I want to say hello to Gurpreet, to Saurabha, to Harpreet, to Matthew, to Karan, and all the other agents who just joined on, Mandip, Aju, Matthew, and so on. So thank you very much to join me. I can see more joining. I want to say as well hello to Kuldeep from Australia who just joined us. So I know many of you since many years. I just mentioned Kuldeep. I know Kuldeep, I think, since 20 years now. We're working together. So now, WEBA started many years ago in this business, especially in educational field. And I started with Australia. Now we start now in 2024, and we add the job world, job, and we start with Albania, with number A, Albania. Why is that? There are many reasons behind. We had now, I think, in our back work about 2 years of experience with Albania. And this is why we came live and offered this possibility to our partner in India to cooperate with us, because we needed, first of all, to understand all the process, all the issue, all the problem, and etc., etc. You know, every time we bring a business on board, first you need to test and need to understand if everything works smoothly, because this is why I want to work smoothly with all of you. So Albania, I will share now my screen, and I will start with a small video, a 2 minutes video, because I wanted to explain you a little bit about where Albania is located. Personally, I live here in Switzerland. We have a lot of Albanian coming here in Switzerland. So we are very close to Albania. Is a very nice country, close to Italy as well. Opposite Italy is in Europe. And what is the great part of Albania is that Albania is a next candidate to become a Schengen country. You're all professionals, so you know what I'm talking about. Schengen, it's mean that students who are working in a Schengen country, they can travel all around Europe without any problem. So the big business from Albania is now in 2024, 2025, before they enter in the Schengen country. Why is that? Because when they enter in the Schengen country, they will need to be like the other countries. So they will need to have an embassy in India. They will need to follow some more restriction policy. But at the moment, it's not that they don't have a restriction policy, but at the moment, all the candidates do the visa online. So there is an online system. They don't need to go to the embassy in Delhi, Calcutta, etc. Everything will be done online. And this is already a great advantage. And the second point is that all these candidates that will arriving before entry into the European Union, when they will enter the European Union in 2-3 years time, they will be automatically transferred inside in a Schengen visa. So this is an additional plus, and I hope you understand what I mean, because they started now, which they are not Schengen, and if they work in starting next year or in 2 years' time, etc., they will be able to remain in Albania, and it will be transferred into a Schengen visa. So this is fantastic for the worker. The agreement usually starts with a 2 years agreement with employees. This is the standard process. So they will, if they will be accepted logically. Now, let me start, because it's a lot of work. In the meantime, I want to say hello to all the other one who just joined us. We are here with explaining the cooperation with WEBA for workers who want to work in Albania, Europe, and next Schengen candidate country. So let me share. I will start to show you a small video, a very small video, 2 minutes, just to give you an idea that Albania is a beautiful country, by the way, and is very touristic. At the moment, is the California.
This isn't Scotland or Norway, and no, this isn't Switzerland either. This is Albania.
A country that has all of that and much more. One of Europe's best kept secrets.
For a long time, Albania wasn't exactly perceived positively by outsiders. It was seen as poor, underdeveloped, criminal. But over the past few years, more and more tourists have been arriving. So what's changed? And what's Albania like to travel in? I take you on a road trip through the country and show you how to get around. On my schedule for the next few days, bunkers, beaches and accursed mountains. For now though, I'm off to the capital, Tirana.
This is where North Albania meets South Albania, tradition meets modernity, nature meets nightlife.
Tirana is the heart of Albania, and Skanderbeg Square is right at its center.
Although there's usually a lot going on, Albanians always make time for coffee. It's no wonder that there are hardly any other cities in Europe with so many cafes per capita.
When in Albania, do as the Albanians do. So before I set off, I start my day with a coffee.
Here in the main square too, it only costs about €1. If you want to get out of Tirana and discover the rest of Albania, you can head here to the bus station.
So I just showed this video 1 second, just to understand Albania is an easy country. There is a modern country. We call this the California of Europe at the moment. So everyone from Switzerland, Italy, France, Belgium, etc., they go to holiday in Albania. So what happened? What happened now, the situation over there? That all the Albanian people, they go to work abroad. They go to Germany to work. They go to work in different other locations. They go to Italy. They go to Austria. And through this, what happened? The problem is that there are many jobs available in Albania at the moment. There's a huge jobs available for international workers. And they accept workers from India. So this is very, very important for you to understand. The government of Albania accepts workers from India. So this is why we have this meeting here today. And they're looking, at the moment, all the information I received from the government is about 50 to 100,000 workers in 2024, and even more in 2025. Now, I need to explain you what type of work they are looking into, and I think I already sent you, let me see, yes, I sent to all of you already an application form, so which you need to click on the email I sent to you, and if you scroll down, you will find exactly the working that are looking into: bricklayer, plumber, painter, carpenter, mechanic, everything has to do with hotels, restaurant, everything has to do with tourism, because as I mentioned before, Albania is now the California of Europe. So everyone wants to go to holiday in Albania, but the Albanian staff, the people living in Albania, they go to work in Germany, in Austria, etc., which they have a bigger salary. So that means there is a big request of worker for Albania. So these are the main 5 jobs available in Albania. So if you have a candidate, you just need to fill out this application form, very simple. And you have to include the CV, certificate. Logically, this is important that you include a certificate, a reference letter if it's possible. So more document you upload, better it is. Then a criminal record. This is a must. So in India, as you all know, there are two types of criminal record. One is the local from the police and one is from the ministry. So it's fine if you share with the simple one from the local police. So they will get this in 2, 3, 4, 5 working days directly. Very, very important. Then what we ask is a 2 minutes video introduce themselves. This is fundamental. And I explain this, why this is fundamental. This is fundamental while the worker, the employees in Albania will pay the air ticket to the candidate. So they will pay the air ticket from India to Albania, okay? So they will arrange a transfer service when they will arrive. They will give them the accommodation at no cost, and they will pay as well the insurance. So they must have the right to understand who is this candidate, because if the candidate may be registered to you and he registered as a chef, but then when he arrives in Albania he cannot cook, logically they can send him back. Very simple. So I just show you a small video, but like 10 seconds to understand what we need. Nothing complicated. Sorry, this was music. I just missed
passport number A039508551. Passport number.
So this was a small video. What they need to do, they have their own mobile phone. If you are a painter, you just make them to make a video that they are painter. Logical, very important, because we had this experience in the last 2 years. The person who will do the video must show a document, a legitimate document, and must be the person who will arrive in Albania. Because in the last 2 years, when we have our test, we had as well people who made a video, but then when they arrived was another person. So we had a problem, but it's good. We did not inform any agents. We did this our own directly, and we understand where the problem is. So very important. Every candidate need to make a 2 minutes video with a document, a legitimate document. So we know that when he will arrive, will be the same person of the video. This is fundamental. If not, no one will offer the air ticket to the worker. Now, back to the request from the employees. What we are working here is to find agents who can bring us genuine workers. Genuine workers mean people who come to Albania and work and remain in Albania, not that they will escape. Because if you send me people who will escape, then I'm in trouble, Richard, myself in trouble, not you, but I'm in trouble. And the Albanian government will close. Say, Richard, finish, we will not assist you anymore. We will not use your company to welcome workers. Logically, out of 100, it can always happen 1 or 2. This is part of the game, I understand. But if you send 20 workers and out of these 20, 5 or 10 escape when they arrive in Albania, then this business is finished. So my idea is to work with you, and you have to make sure that this candidate will come to Albania and work. So you need to talk to him, you need to interview him, you need to talk maybe to his family as well, to understand that this is a genuine person. He's a chef. I just say chef as a sample. He's a chef. He will come here to Albania. He will work in a restaurant, in the kitchen, and he's serious, etc., etc. So this is your job, and I rely on you because I know the most of you here, and I know you are all professional people. You are since a long time in this business, not in the employment business. Some of you you are, but some not. You are more in educational business like me. But you know, I always like to start in a good way. Now, let's see the entry requirement. So age 22 to 40, English level A2, A1, A2, so it's elementary English. It doesn't have to be an IELTS, etc. They don't need to show any certificate, nothing. Their working hours 40 hours per week as by law. The agreement, as I mentioned before, is start with 2 years, but then some company already do 3 years, some 5 years, and then after it will be renewed like in every company after 2 years. Minimum salary 500 to 1,000 per month, depending on the job and on the qualification. Back to the chef. If you have a chef in India, I make an example again with the chef. If you have a chef in India who is 35 years old, 10 years experience, and he came here, he came to Albania, and in a position which is not only work in the kitchen, but maybe in a higher position, he will be more in the 1,000 euro. If he's a new person who just learned to cook and did a 3 years school in India, and then after he come to Albania, then he will be more on the 500 euro. Just to give you an idea, there is no job criteria payment. This will be evaluated candidate by candidate. Now, this from Albania that will become a Schengen country. I already mentioned in the beginning, Albania is in the process to become a Schengen country. The job visa, the visa will be done online, so people will not need to travel to the Albanian embassy. Everything will be done online. And the visa costs depend by country to country. I just checked it. I think in India is about $120, but it depends country by country, so I did not went into detail about this one. These are the jobs available, as I mentioned before, on the application process. And the timing usually is around 2 to 3 months. Let's say that you have a candidate by the 1st of January, he can start in March, April, he will be able to start. What to do in order to apply a candidate? You need to do the application form, which is this one. You need to fill out this application form, very simple. And you need to pay 150 euro registration fee, okay? And you need to pay via Stripe by credit card. So you have the link on this email. You have to pay by credit card. This is the requirement. So everyone you have a candidate, you have to do the application form and pay the 150 euro on the same day. Not that you register him today and you pay in 1 week's time. So then what else we have? Yes, what we're looking forward is to work with agents, and we already work with agents who send us 20, 30 workers. So at once. Why is that? Because the employer, they are very busy. The employer very busy. Is the employer who will do the interview. So they speak English and they want to have, like, in 1 morning, in 3 hours, they want to have 20, 30 candidates to interview, one after the other. Logically, if they see that after 5, 6, 7, 8 employer, they speak English, they know the jobs, they show the video, everything is clear, they go on next. So very important, when you do an application, try to have to apply at least 5 to 10 applications at once, so that we can move on with the different employer in Albania. So this is the demand that we have at the moment. The next step, the final step, very important, is the candidate will get the visa first. After he get the visa and everything is fine, then you need to pay us 1,000 euro. On top, you can put your commission. If you want to make him pay to you 1,500, it's fine, or 2,000 is fine for us. You need to pay us 1,000 euro when the candidate gets the visa. When he's in India, before departure, he need to pay this. So we say between 5 to 10 days. As soon as we receive the payment, we will authorize to send the official letter from our co-office in Tirana. We have our own office in Tirana, okay, which is the capital of Albania. So from then you receive the letter, so they can depart and they can come to Albania. So if your work will have a problem, etc., they can always rely to our office in Tirana. This is very, very important for you to understand. So what your worker will receive is, after they pay, logically, the free air ticket to Albania, the transfer service, accommodation, and insurance. So this is all about this webinar. Now, we ask as well to show a contract. So this is an employment contract, a standard sample employment contract between employment and the worker in Albania, which follow all the details from A to Z. Logically, if you are interested to start this business, I will share a copy of this one so you can show this to your candidate. Now, any questions? You're more than welcome, first of all, to come on board. This is very good. You can live yourself, or you can put the question down on the chat system. I'm all yours. In the meantime, I want to say hello to Simran, my colleague in India. Hello, Simran. How are you, Simran?
I'm good, Richard. How about you? Hello, everyone.
Yeah, Simran will support us as well for this work from India. We have our office in India, in Mumbai. As we have our office in Mumbai, we have as well our office in Tirana, in Albania. So if there's any question, I can see Kuldeep had a question. Oh, Gurpreet Singh.
Yes.
Kuldeep, please come online.
Yes. First of all, thank you very much, Richard, for sharing such a wonderful opportunity for Indian professional agents. So you will definitely get a very good response from all of us. So now my question is, as we are already having the license for education, travel agency, most of the agents, they must have a license and all these things. So according to my understanding, I might be wrong. So if you recruit workers from India, then I think the agent need a license from the Labor Ministry. So many of my other colleagues may agree with this thing. So do you have any idea about this thing? So do we need this license, or we can do without this thing, Richard? This is a very, important question.
Okay, I had this talk as well with the government of Albania. Now, the agreement is between the Albania and WEBA over here in Switzerland. So we are the one who did the agreement. Okay, so you don't need to do any agreement. You act only technically as freelance. So you don't.
Then that's fine.
You are not active an organization who do employment. So you only suggest, okay, to the company.
Yeah, then that's fine.
To the company over here in Switzerland. So there is absolutely no need to become an official employment organization registered in India.
Then that's fine. Thank you very much, Richard. So kind of you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Kuldeep. You're welcome. Mr. Gurpreet, please, if someone have a question, just put the hand up. Very simple, so I can see it, or unmute yourself. Mr. Gurpreet Singh, Kataria.
Yes. Thanks, Richard, for your nice information we're getting there. And I have one question. Can you recruit from the UAE as well? Because I have office in UAE as well.
Okay, and now...
can we recruit the employees from the UAE as well, or just recruit from India?
No. Yes, let me explain. Must hold an Indian passport. So if they're located in the UAE, in Saudi Arabia, whatever, if they are holding an Indian passport everywhere in the world.
Okay, that's fine. Because we get the genuine candidates from the UAE. Because so many workers from India are working already there in the same profession, in the same field. So that I am asking to you, can we recruit only Indian passport we can hire there?
Yes, exactly. I want to point out something, Mr. Gurpreet, because you point to something very interesting. I want to add, logically, if you have a worker who already had experience abroad, wow, this is it's more helpful, because it shows that WEBA bring worker who already working outside India. This is a plus for us. More
yes, yes. According to me, sorry to interrupt you. According to me, who's already on the work visa in the same profession, that's kind of would be more eligible for us and more valuable for us to recruit these type of candidates from abroad.
Correct. You know, if we working good and we can provide them good worker who has experience as well abroad, even experience or without experience, but if we can bring some with experience, it will help us, and we will get more jobs available from the government of Albania, just to make this clear, because we have to work as a team here. This is only about working as a team. But I'm sure that we are all professional, and we will manage to go through this next 2 years in welcome a lot of Indian candidate. Any more questions? I can see someone put a question on the chat system. Sir, what about Nepali passport? At the moment, we focus on India. Today is Indian day. We need to focus on India. For Nepal, Pakistan, I will need to come later on. I'm in discussion at the moment with Albania government to open a door as well for Nepal and Pakistan. But at the moment, we have to focus on India. Thank you very much. Any more questions?
Initially, we have to pay 150 only. After that, when we receive the visa, then we have to pay 1,000 euro to you.
Correct. This is correct.
Yeah. And air ticket provided by the company as well.
Can you repeat the last part?
Air ticket is provided by the company as well.
Yes, the air ticket is provided by the company. Air ticket and accommodation.
Accommodation and transfer services. All these things provided by the company.
Yes, if they stay for 2 years, they will have the accommodation in the company accommodation. Logically, this is not.
In case candidate is rejected by the company, then registration is refundable or not?
No. Registration not refundable. No, because then it will be impossible for us to work. The 150 euro is not refundable. Very important for you. You know, the candidate, if you have a genuine candidate, she get the free air ticket, transfer service, accommodation, insurance, and a new life perspective in Albania. And if everything is genuine, should not be any problem. Logically, if he bring us fake document or etc., I cannot change the world. Aju, Matthew, you have any questions, please?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Richard, giving us this great opportunity. So my question actually, what are the documents which is receiving for the visa process from the employer side? The Europe, there is a lot of documents which is required, right?
Correct.
So what are the documents which is receiving for the visa process? Because maybe the questions from the candidate, they will ask. Example, employment letter, sponsorship letters, and some document, because I'm already in the recruitment to the Europe, like Poland, Lithuania, Malta, from last 5 years. So I have a few doubts. What are the documents which is required for the visa process from the employer side? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. It's good that you have experience with other country, Matthew, and I put a note here. Now, from the employer side, logically, they receive an agreement, and the agreement is like this one. This is a sample agreement they receive. They receive a sponsor letter. They receive the air ticket. They receive the confirmation, and they receive a letter from the Albanian government that they will be able to come to Albania. We have to think of something, Matthew. It's good that you mentioned that you work with other countries in Europe, but in Albania, they get the visa online. They don't need to go to the embassy. So it's a little bit different, the work with Albania and with the Schengen country. You mentioned Schengen country. If I think you say, what country that you say? Poland?
Hey, Poland, Hungary, Lithuania, Malta as well.
Okay.
Most of the Schengen we have access.
Yes, they are all 4 Schengen country. You mentioned 4 Schengen countries. So it's a little bit different between the Schengen country and non-Schengen country.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you. We'll do the best.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much. Mr. Seagal, you have any questions?
Yes, I have a question. Actually, I have two questions. What is the minimum qualification required for the candidate? Like we have the passport or ECR. There is, the after the inside the passport backside, there is ECR passport category. So we can choose that candidate if that is skilled person, or is there required that we don't need any qualification for that one?
Okay. First of all, we need to understand that in Albania, they only accept people who have the qualification for the job. So every candidate must have a qualification. So I go back to the chef part. If someone is working in the kitchen, must show an experience that he has a certificate or diploma in the kitchen. If the other one can be on mute, thank you very much. And they need to upload here, as you can see, a CV, certificate, reference letter. They need, everyone need to upload as much as possible. Then it will be our office who will then do the first screening and understand if this candidate is eligible or not. If we say yes, we go to the Albanian company and we say this is the candidate. But if we feel that this candidate does not have any experience, no certificate, no diploma, Mr. Seagal, I think it's very difficult to accept him. I hope you understand.
Yes, I understand. And what is the minimum time process for the visa purpose?
Yes, the minimum time process is, as I mentioned here, is approximately 2-3 months.
Okay.
Okay, so this is if for example, you send one in January, you have to calculate he can start in March, middle of March, to give you an idea.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
This is the timing. Then, any more questions? Please come on board. Then we have no, there is no need of IELTS. I receive a request here. No IELTS. The English level is very A1, A2, as you can all see. So the A1, A2 is like a little bit, it's like me. Elementary English, very simple English. You don't need to have IELTS or TOEFL or Cambridge. Then it is possible to you to take interview first and the candidate is approved, the payment of 150 euro can be made. No, we have so many applications coming in. You know, the point is you need to do the interview to your candidate first. You know exactly what we need. So this is your job. You need to do the first interview to your candidate and understand if he's eligible. I trust you. You are professional. I mean, if you bring one candidate with all the documents, with CV, certificate, diploma, video, etc., you spoke to him, you spoke to his family, you even spoke to his worker that he's working in India at the moment, and you're clear, then for me it's clear. I don't need to do an interview, to be honestly. If you bring me this candidate, we go forward. We need to go forward. And then after would be only the interview. The final interview is always done from the company side. But this is very important that you do the interview to the candidate. And then if you say, yes, he's eligible, and then you can apply him. Any government certificate require a diploma from any private institute or is a certified diploma will be accepted? Yes, everything. We accept all certificate, diploma available. Kuldeep, please come online. I see that you have more questions.
Yeah. Richard, I have a question like generally because I am also into the migration for Australia. So generally what happened in India, there are very much skilled workers. They are like a carpenter, plumber or painter or electrician. So they are having more than 10-year, 15-year experience and they are well experienced people, but they do not have any qualification. In Australia, so that is called RPL. That means recognition of prior learning. So that is if the client is having more than 5-year experience, then they are eligible to apply for the work visa. So is there any possibility for the genuine experienced skilled worker from India with more experience, because they are well qualified? So this is the same situation in Dubai also, because Dubai are the workers are well qualified, so they are having the skill and all these things, but not all, but you can say 30-40% they do not have any qualification, but they are perfect. So will that work also in Albania or not?
Yes, they will work. Just
Okay.
important is to prepare me a good CV, you know, CV with the company they work, maybe with a reference letter if it's possible. So this will be fantastic. I mean, they don't need to have a certificate of diploma. People who have 5 years or 10 years of experience, even better.
That's fine.
They need worker. They don't need certificate. I mean, the certificate just prove what they done. But if you have worker with experience, even better. Even better. Kuldeep, they said to me, Richard, if they're 35 years old, even better with 10 years experience than a 22 years old with a great certificate but no experience to work.
Yeah, that's good, because even we can add a portfolio also, some photograph confirming that they are working in their profession, like a chef, cook, or other trade worker like plumber and all these things. Because generally we use these type of documents for the more than 5-10 year experience, and without any qualification, then that is eligible for even the skill assessment for Australia. So then that's fine. This is a very good information. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. I want to point out something more. I just received before the meeting a request of a lot of carpenter. They're looking for a lot of carpenter at the moment as well. Everything else, but a lot of carpenter, just this information.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. Then I can see.
And if the carpenter is having more than 5 years, 6 year, 10 year experience, then the salary will be around €1,000 or so.
Correct.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So nice. So this is excellent. No problem.
Thank you.
I'm sending you 3 carpenter. Maybe tomorrow I will start this. Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you very much. I can see I have more questions come in, but I need a 20-second break. I need to drink some water. Just 1 second, please. 1 second. Sorry, but speaking, I need water. Okay, if someone is self-employed, how can he arrange a reference letter? Wow, this is a very good question, Mr. Kumar. But if you're self-employer, you know, sometimes I do myself a letter to myself. Just make a CV, write to your self-employer, make a nice video, like more maybe 2 minutes, show what you're doing in your jobs. What is very important is to create a sales video like this one, which I show before, you know, just make a video like this one.
A039508551.
So this was just an example video, but of the jobs available. So very important is that if you have a self-employer, make a short video and make a CV, and so we understand exactly what is about. I can see more people open the hand, so I will start from Harkirat Partap Singh. I hope I spelled it correctly. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, Richard. I hope you're doing good. Thank
fine.
you for conducting the seminar, first of all. It's really helpful. And I'm sorry if you have to repeat yourself once again, but there's some confusion on the interview procedure. So is it possible for you to conduct the interview first, and if we can pay the money later? Because if the applicant is rejected, it's the applicant's loss of €150, and we have to owe them an explanation. So is there any way that if they get approved, we can pay 150, or otherwise, like if anything else can be done with that €150?
I understand your point, and let me say like this one. The candidate receive a free ticket which I think it costs about 1,000 euro. This is what we manage, we as WEBA. Then we manage as well that he get a free accommodation during his stay in Albania. We manage as well that he get a free insurance during his stay in Albania. More than that, we cannot. It is impossible. we bring on board a red carpet for the candidate. And if the candidate is not ready to pay 150 euro and is not ready to prepare a good video, a CV, a certificate, etc., then it's better he remain at home. This is my answer, very straightforward, because we don't have the time and the energy to start to interview hundreds of people. Then we have to send this to the employer, because there is not only about our interview or your interview, is as well the work behind. We need to bring the candidate and prepare documentation to send this to the employer. The employer will then do the interview. But if, let's presume, someone fail, okay? So if someone fail, he has always a chance to reapply without paying, again, a fee, but to reapply for another jobs. This is part of the game, okay? So if he's a carpenter and he has experience, 5 years, and he make a sales video and a certificate, then everything should be fine. But in case of he will not be accepted for any reason, he can reapply for another job as a carpenter. So, but if he's not ready to invest 150 euro, again, it's a suggestion, just tell him to remain at home, and that's it.
So
I cannot change the system. And
it's just 150 euros for one person, one time, that's it, right?
Correct. And then...
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then after, when he get the visa, you need to pay us 1,000 euro.
Understood.
When he get the visa. So we don't ask any fee before that. So we ask the fee after to get the visa. And I think this is as well very good. I mean, so the risk for the candidate is very, very low. It's not a big risk behind. But logically, I'm the first person, I'm do this work since, I think, 33 years, that if I see any issue, if a candidate is a pain in the ass, I give the 150 euro back and I close the story and I move forward. You know, I'm not the person who looking for the 150 euro. It's the principle of the business. That if someone know that he has the opportunity to go to Europe and receive the opportunity to work, receive a free accommodation, air ticket, pay after visa, he should accept it. People cannot pretend that everything is free. It's not like this world anymore. Unfortunately, we have to pay our staff in Tirana. We have to pay our office in Tirana. We have to pay as well in Albania a little bit right and left. You know, this is Albania as well. Not everything is free here. So to manage to get at this point, we had now 2 years of experience to understand how the application process is working. And as well, this is a lot of time and money involved. So this is a new business that we bring on board to you. And I hope that this answer cover your request. So,
understood. Thank you for your answer.
Then Saurabha Kumar, we have another question. If someone failed in interview, how many times he can reapply? Okay, if someone failed in an interview, how many times he can reapply? To make a long story short, why did he fail? This is the first question that I ask myself. I mean, he doesn't need to go to the university. If you is a chef and he can prove that he work in a restaurant, hotel, etc., why that he should fail? I mean, this is in the last 2 years we had only one case that failed. To be honest, one case in 2 years. Which is very low, and the reason it was very simple, because they apply, but the person who came to Albania was another person, so logically they sent him back. the employer has the right to send back the candidate to the home country if they when they arrive and he show that he's a carpenter, the certificate, experience, etc. But when he's working, he show that he cannot be a carpenter because he give wrong information. They have the right to send him back. How they pay the ticket one way to Albania? They pay the ticket. No, they will not send him back, pay the ticket. They just send him back. So we'll go to the government and say this person is not genuine. Please take him to the next airplane. So, but the first work should be done on your side. You have to interview your candidate in order to make sure that your candidate will be eligible. You are a professional. Like you deal with students, you deal as well with worker. This is one of your best part now to understand if the document that you receive are genuine or not. Don't ask me how to test. But I suggest if someone comes to you, say, I'm working in a restaurant, maybe make a phone call to the restaurant and check if it's true that he's working in this restaurant, etc., etc. I mean, this is part of your job. This is why you're making as well your placement fee, because I presume that you will put some placement fee on top of what you have to pay to us. This is just to make a long story short. Let's go to the next one. We have to go to Mr. Ayu Matthew. I can see Ayu Matthew put the hands up again. Aju Matthew? No. Okay, I go to the next one. Kuldeep, I can see that you put your hand up. No. Okay, I can see Saurabh Sharma. You put your hands up.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, Richard.
Hello.
Yeah, and good afternoon, everyone. My simple question is that we have two categories of candidates, one who are coming with skills and one who are relatively newer candidates, like 19 or 20 years of old, young guys. But they are good enough, they have good qualification or something like that, and they must have done some sort of diploma, let's say a plumbing one. So I just want to understand that what would be the interview be like with them? Or what are the general things that you ask or the employer asks to the new people who do not have any experience, and what sort of interview will that be, so that on the same pattern we can screen them first and make sure their eligibility and can bring on the board.
Mr. Sharma, the request I got is we need worker with experience. Okay, so this is the request we got from the government and all the employers. Worker experience. So I invite to any worker without any experience. Very difficult for us to put some voice under. Someone just put on the. Okay, so I would just say that is very important that you send us worker with experience now in 2024, at least the first 6 months. Then after, we can ask as well if we can welcome worker who just finished in the age of 90-20. But as you see on the email I sent, I just put 22 to 40. I did not put 80, 90, 20, 21, because I want to avoid to have people without experience at the moment. This is what they request.
Okay, I got it. Okay, fine. Like if we are placing the people with experience, so just please brief me that what sort of interview will that be? What
Okay.
all kind of things that going to be asked, so that we can make them comfortable in advance.
Okay, so the first one will be, as in Albania, quite everyone speak English, will be to understand if the English level is good. It's good without any certificate, but it's good, so they understand. Logically, I think with India, there is no problem because the majority of the people in India speak English. But please tell to the worker to speak fluent English, not English with dialect. Try to tell them, speak slowly, speak good English, just only answer the question. So the first is the English. The second one is the working experience. They have to say to them, hello, my name is Richard Folter and I'm a chef. I work in a restaurant in New Delhi. since 5 years. I'm in charge of the patisserie, and every day I'm handling about 100 to 200 people who come in my restaurant. And what I'm doing, I'm specialist in chocolate, and I'm specialist in sugar work as a patisserie. And I'm pleased to share a video if you wish. So this is the second question. The third question is usually what kind of information that you receive to come to Albania. And then the candidate have to say the right, say, I came to know from my organization in India that I can be eligible to work in Albania, and that the salary is between 500 to 1,000 euro or more, and that I will receive the accommodation from your employer. This is simple. Then they will ask us about a little bit the family, you know, where you live. Hello, I'm living in Mumbai. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, and my family is working in the restaurant business since a long time. That's it. Finito, finish, done, next. So it's not a big, complicated interview. It's a very simple one.
Okay. And the salaries mentioned, are these the brutto or the netto?
The salary is the netto.
Okay. And how about the food arrangements? Like, do they get food while working, like accommodation, or they have to arrange their food things on their own?
No, they have to arrange the food on their own.
Okay, so the accommodation is well furnished with the kitchen, and they just have to arrange their raw materials and do the cooking for them, right?
Yes, some employer, especially, they have as well a canteen for the lunch, but not everyone. If they have the canteen, usually people can eat in the canteen.
Okay, all right. And is there? This is my last question.
Please.
Is there any scope? Is there any scope of dependence for them, like after a period of time?
I will avoid this at the moment.
Okay.
I understand the point, but we should avoid this, because if we start to send candidate and during the interview they will ask if they can bring the spouse, I receive a phone call in 24 hours. Please tell a candidate to not to start to ask these questions during the interview to the employer, because they will be not very happy, to be honestly.
Okay.
Okay, this is a very important point. Do not speak about bring the spouse. If in a second stage we work well, we have a good candidate, everything going well, we can maybe start to consider this, but not at this stage.
Okay, and after how many months this Albania will join Schengen group officially?
Yeah, you have to ask the politician in Albania and the European Union.
Okay.
You don't have to, you can make a research on Google, but this question out of my, let's say, level of understanding the political situation of Albania and the European Union.
Okay.
But I went to Google today and yesterday to understand at which stage they are. And technically, they will be in 2026, 2027 part of the European Union. And I want to point out something very important, that logically, all the employers who go now to Albania, when they will reach the point of entering the European Union, they will be automatically transferred in agreement of Albania, which is part of the European Union. That means that they are in the European Union. Then they can move around.
Okay.
And the biggest business is now, not when they join the European Union, because when they join the European Union, then they need to have an embassy in Albania. Then they will be very strict after that, like all the European countries. So everything will change a little bit. But now is the right time to work with Albania.
Okay, and Richard, I would like to finish it by saying that we are really looking forward to have a good business together. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And Mr. Sharma, you need to understand, if I feel one of my staff, which Simran is yesterday, that one candidate or 2 candidates will not, will not manage to go to the interview, we just cancel. We don't want to have any issue with nobody of you. So we will not take any single euro if we're feeling that one candidate, we will refund the money immediately. We don't. I want a very transparent way. we have all to work. We all work in the same boat. We all working to have a good candidate, and we don't want to have no people who are not happy. You know, this is a world where we are enter the employment world. And when I enter, I go directly with the government to work. When I will start with another country, which I already started as well, I deal directly with the government. I need to show that we are professional people in this industry. They choose WEBA because we are doing this business since 30 years. They can choose my competitor, but they choose us because I show to them that my partner around the world are very professional people and we can bring genuine worker. This was the basis of everything.
Oh, definitely. We'll conduct a very serious first screening at our end, and then we'll try to place them with you so that there are bare minimum chances of any sort of rejections or any sort of complications, as we understand that the smoothness and the goodwill stands first. No problem about that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you. I can see Mr. Har Kirat Partap Singh had put his hand up.
That was from earlier. Sorry, I'll put it down.
Okay. Fantastic. So I think we are quite finished. Simran, you want to add something?
No, I don't have anything as of now.
Okay, fantastic. So Simran is our colleague in India, in Mumbai. Maybe some of you know her already, as we're doing as well application for UK university since a long time. We work with over 30 UK university directly, and we work with a good number of agents in India as well for application process. So Simran will as well help us through this period with the candidate, etc. Thank you everyone to join me today. It was my nice pleasure to have you all here. I wish everyone a great day, a nice weekend, and good health and good business. We keep in touch. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Rich, sir, could you please just share the draft contract copy just for our reference to read?
Yeah. We will send I will do a follow-up email and send you all the information.
Great. Thank you.
Is the salary mentioned after tax or before tax? But this is the salary the people, the worker receive between 500 to over 1,000 euro, and then after they will need to pay but because they are foreigner, the tax will be already deducted. So this will be a netto. We call this netto or brutto. In this case, will be netto from 500 to over 1,000 euro. Again, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.